Hello and welcome back to another video with a Moalani. This is episode 11 of my Dwarf Fortress Let's Play series. Now in episode 1 of the series I did play through the tutorial of Dwarf Fortress, and the rest of the series is taking place in the fortress I started in that tutorial. And I will stay in this fortress for the remainder of the series. Now, for the majority of the series, I do want to do everything on camera, but as you can see, I've got some stockpiles here. I tried recording a video while I was doing it, and my focus in making sure that I was getting everything correctly, I wasn't talking, it was not very entertaining, and I just don't think it was going to work out in video form. It's also just a lot of stockpile stuff. So let's go ahead and get into it here. As you can see, I'm going to click on the stockpiles. We have, and I'm just going to click on the different ones. You can see the names, rough gem times 10, value times 15, times 20. It's all the different values for the gems, all the way up to times 60. Now, I got this straight from the wiki. I just searched for gem, and then went down to the list of gems, and I was sorted by value, and that's how I came up with these stockpiles. Now, I have a stockpile for each of the rough gems. These all have bins in them. If you come over to, I have the same corresponding stockpile for the cut gems, and I'm going to click on the barrels here. No bins or barrels. It's the same setup that we have on this floor here, which actually I am going to go ahead and delete this now. Yes. We're going to come into our all stockpile, come into gems, and we are just going to do none. We are the glass and stone. I am still going to do on camera here. So let's go get those done. But I did want to just point out here, down here for the ×2 value, I'm going to come into custom. You can kind of see, I'm just going to scroll through. We're on rough gem here in the middle, and then we have some highlighted in green here. These are all the ones that are ×2 value. And I believe how the multiplier works is if we encrust something with this, it will take the base value of, so let's say we encrust a ring with a gem. It'll take the base value of the ring and multiply it. If we do one of these gems that's a ×2 value, it'll multiply it by 2, I believe is how it works. So if you take something and encrust it with one of the gems worth ×60, that's how you can really get just a ton of value. And then we do have this bigger stockpile on the right, cut gem value ×2, and again no bins here, done. But then I have a smaller one which does have some bins. Reason being is the majority of the gems that we're going to get, at least in my experience in my other Dwarf Fortress worlds, is going to be in this ×2 value range. So I want to be able to have, and this is the majority of what we're going to encrust our rings and crowns and things with, to make the dwarves a little happier, give them a little more value to the things they're acquiring. Okay, now let me actually scroll up here a little bit, and I'm going to check out what we have for some blocks here. Cobaltite blocks, pyrolusite blocks. There is a method to my madness, and I will explain it here in a moment. Okay. I think we are going to go ahead and set up the, you know what, we'll wait and we'll do the stockpiles here. So here in this one, I think I'll do the one space. Okay, so we'll do stockpile 4. Come in, we'll do gems, rough glass, we'll do green glass. The GG there is rough green glass. And then we're going to come into gems and cut glass, and we'll do the same thing. You know what? Let me see. Yeah, I like that better. I'm going to fix that here. And I don't think, yeah, we don't have room for any more, but that's okay. And we're going to come in, we'll go to gems, we'll go to rough glass, we'll do the clear glass. Is times 5 on the value. Yep. We'll come in, we'll do the cut glass, the clear. Times 5 on the value. And then the crystal glass. Rough glass, the crystal glass is the expensive one. It is times 10 value. It's also kind of rough to make. It takes, it is the only glass that takes gem to make, which we did, it takes the rock crystal. Rock crystal is times 2 on the value, but we did not include it in our times 2 stockpile, and that's why it is the only gem that is required to make glass. And we will have plenty of other times 2 values, so I don't mind the rock crystal going in its own stockpile. Okay, gems, cut glass, final one here, crystal glass. Now these, you'll notice I'm not going in and taking out the bins. The elves don't like the glass, or it's been my experience. They get angry when I try to trade them the glass gems. So that is what those are for, and then we will do just an extra stockpile here on the side for rock gems. And we'll just do all. I'm not sure what the value on that is, and I will look that up here. Okay, I'm not noticing anything. But I did notice when I was looking at the value, it said something about any cut gem, the base value is 20, and then you take the multiplier to that. So the times 2 value is a multiplier on that. So it's 40 even for the cheapest gem. The stone gems are not very much value at all, and I don't plan on cutting or using any of these, but in case we get any, they'll have some place to go, since we removed all gems from the stone or the all stockpile. All right. So with that being said, we are going to come in and we're going to do a whole bunch of different jewelers. I'm going to do keep building after placement. I am going to do granite on all of these. And I'm doing the blocks instead of the boulders because it saves on material. And we may or may not link these this episode, we'll see. So I'm going to link these to the specific stockpiles. Okay, and then these are for the glass, so we are going to do darker. I think we're going to do the cobaltite for these. That is one thing that is kind of interesting is the blocks will sometimes move around. They won't always be in the exact same spot. Okay. Now, I am going to check all these alerts here before we hit play, but I do just kind of want to scroll down and see where we're at stockpile-wise. Okay, so this stockpile, view stockpile, we're going to paint, is already filling up. We just added those 2 spots that they finally mined. I'm going to hit accept. And these were the fuel stone and the flux stone. We don't have either of those, which is why we have that issue here. I'm checking out the coal situation here. Just making sure that we have the bars. Bar coal, okay. Checking the stockpile for bars. Or our stocks, rather. So we do have some iron bar, or some, wow, silver. We've got 1 platinum, tin, fine pewter, lead. We do have a few metal bars, and we have 15 charcoal. That means I think it's still putting the charcoal up here. And I've noticed that... Oh, other material. Yep. Okay, so we need to remove the coal from the stockpile here. Okay. Blocks, metal, we can do not. Oops. Okay, so we're moving all the blocks here. We created the stockpiles for all the blocks, and then the bars, we need to remove the coal. Okay. I am just going to come down here and double check that we have. So this is... Oop. Other stone blocks. This is metal blocks, and this is other blocks. You know what? We'll just call this one stone blocks. Okay. Now, it looks like we are doing good on bins here. I am going to scroll down. We just added, this is going to be a whole lot of bins here. This is 9 different stockpiles for the value, plus 3 for the gems, plus they're going to want to put a bin in this rock gem. So that's 12, 13. So at least 6 days. So we probably need to do another 20 bins on the work order. And yeah, we're not doing very good there. So we are going to come in and we are just going to do 20 bins. Okay. Now they will, when we hit play, move these cut gems to the correct stone piles. I am going to wait until the other jeweler workshops are made before I actually remove this workshop. We don't need this jeweler's workshop on this floor anymore. We've got the permanent setup. Double checking this, seeds to sell. Yeah, okay, the bin. Okay, so we're checking out what else has been dug out here. So I did go back, and this square here that we have set to mine out at priority 7, I was wondering what other stockpile that was. It's not a stockpile, that's the area where we're going to set up the workshops for all of our clay here. And it does look like, okay, fire clay. We can finish setting up some stockpiles here. So we have fire clay, we have the other clay. Come into stone, clay, and we'll do all the clays except for fire clay. Now the reason why we have fire clay in its own is eventually we are pretty much only going to buy fire clay from the traders. Fire clay, like the crystal glass, is the expensive one. So we'll do clay. We'll do we'll come into stone, and we're looking at economic and kaolinite. From my research, I've never actually done anything with kaolinite, but from my research, this can also be used along with the clays for your clay type crafts, which is why it's getting its own stockpile. Kaolinite, and then in this one we are doing the stones that are used to make the plaster. So we're going to come in and stone, economic, and I'm getting this again off of the wiki. I've made plaster a couple of times, but I don't remember this. So this is gypsum, let's see here, alabaster, selenite, and satin spar. Okay. Okay, and perfect. We do have teeth, horns, and hooves. They are still mining out here. Looks like we can paint on the shells there, except so that's right, this top right is all going to be the clay industry, this top left is all of our crafting. They are setting up the crafting floor, or finishing digging out the crafting floor here. We will get that set up, so we are, and this is where we'll put our permanent stockpiles for the bins that we sell to the normal caravans, plus a couple stockpiles for rock crafts that we can sell to the elven traders when they come, since they don't like the rock bins, or the wood bins. Alright. So we're going to keep scrolling down here. Let's see, what are they digging out here? This is going to be the clothing, that's right. Because we have a legendary clothier, the clothing industry is something I'm very interested in. And there's also a bunch of new dyes in the game. There was an update. So I was interested in the clothing line anyway, and this just really felt perfect that we got the legendary clothier. So we will let them mine that out. Okay. So it looks like we do have... Oh, they still have... Okay. This section down here that we have to be mined out on, this is our tomb floor. That is going to be just for slabs for other creatures and whatnot. Okay, but this is going to be I normally would not want to put this much value in a room this early, but the tombs um, were if we have an accidental death, I want them set up, and I don't want to have to wait on engraving and smoothing. So I'm going to go ahead and smooth the entire tomb, and then we will engrave just the parts where the furniture is going to go. Actually, I think you know what? We're just going to engrave everything so that these tombs are ready to go. Or am I engraving them? You know what? I may not be engraving these. Not fully. I will maybe engrave just the center block in each one. Yeah, that's what we'll do. Okay, and then these are the tombs for our nobles. Which these I'm not going to do the entire thing just yet. We can give them more value later. There we go. But I do want to have at least the tombstone in place for all of these, so we can set them up as tombs. Okay. And then this is going to be for pet tombs. I think we'll do like that. Which actually, for most of it, we don't need. Set on a priority 2 here. Yeah, we'll just set 3 up for now. I don't think we'll need. There we go. And we can set up another 4, but low priority on that. Okay. And I don't remember. Okay, we did not set anything up further down than the tombs. Okay. Now, one other thing I do want to get set up for digging purposes. We'll just set this to a 4. So, let's see here. Would be 15 by 4. And actually add another 3 to that for the stockpile. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows of that. Okay. And we will eventually fill in. No, we'll fill it in now. That's alright. These are going to be for furniture stockpiles. This is just setting up. This is the first time I'm trying this setup for encrusting furniture with gems. I'm just setting up some workshops and stockpiles to uh, where I can kind of do a whole bunch of furniture and quickly. Um, that is the idea here, but we will get into that later. Which actually, you know what? We'll go ahead and do that now. We don't need that set up. Oh, do we? Sorry, I keep changing my mind here. Okay. Alright. Now we have the iron altar. That had, the reason why the value on this one is so high is because we had this one encrusted with both emerald and amethysts. And that is kind of what allowed us to have our temple. Okay, so we can recognize the priesthood, so which I'm going to do. And then, so the Holy Certainty. This was the temple for the Creed of Talons. That was the petition that we wound up failing. I think we just barely failed it by like a month. But this is what they wanted, was the priest. We have, if you'll notice this here, we've got 14 worshippers. I did make it so it's citizens only that can come to this temple. Allowing the visitors to come to the temple can bring a whole host of problems, and I didn't want to deal with that. So the Holy Certainty is the priest that we can assign here, and we should assign. We can up the amount of stored instruments if we wanted to. We don't even have 5 instruments yet. We do only have 1, and that's what they are storing in these chests. Let's see here. Yeah, there is the 1 instrument that we bought so far. So I am just going to, and that is part, I think that is part of what these bedrooms are, is for the priests. So I'm gonna, you know what, before we click on that, I'm not ready to do that this episode. We'll deal with that next episode. Okay, one final thing here before we hit play. I'm going to check out our alerts here. So we have struck Koboltite and Morion. It has started raining. The cancel jobs. Oh, we're out of empty barrels. Job item lost or destroyed. Drink. Oh, a whole bunch of them. Cancelled. Drink. Job. Okay. That was interesting. Oh, there's all of our oh, look at our 2. We've got 2 of our rose gold goblets were exceptional, and 1 of our black bronze goblets is a masterwork goblet. Very nice. I'm not sure what happened with the drink item getting destroyed there. Some migrants have arrived we'll deal with in a moment. Okay, so we have this is our work orders and petitions. A lot of work orders have been completed. The agreement to establish a temple for the Creed of Talents has been abandoned. We have now established it. I don't know if we'll get a petition to establish that or not, but the Rosie Company, a farmer guild, has been established. I'm guessing that is what our current petition is about. So I'm going to click on our petition here. Okay, so we have the Chartreuse denomination has many worshippers and now requires a temple and priest. The location must be built and furnished with the new position appointed by you. I'm going to approve. And then we have the Rosie Company has many members and now requires a guild hall. The location must be built and furnished with the hall designated for a farmer's guild. Approve. I'm guessing both of those petitions have to do with the fact that we have some migrants have arrived. So I'm going to go ahead and we are going to come in and see what our new migrants are. What I'm looking for is here on the very right. The ones that are assigned were already here. We're scrolling down. The ones that have nothing assigned are our new members. And looks like, yes, we did get a whole lot of farmers, which, yay, that actually makes me happy. Okay, so we are... Oh, I am going to go ahead and open up our cobalt spheres here, just in case we do wind up adding anyone to the army. We have Tosid, who has 2 lovers and 7 children. I'm going to click on relations really quickly, and it does look like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, wow, all 7 came with him. Okay. High kinesthetic sense, frail, weak, recovers quickly, cheerless, humorless. So both the recovers quickly and high kinesthetic sense would be good for the military, but frail and weak are not. So I think we'll go ahead and leave Tosid as... We're just going to actually leave Tosid as a farmer. Okay, we're going to come in and look at Dock Coast Beekeeper. Spouse, I assume the spouse came with. I'm going to check. And yes, spouse came with. Okay. Adequate Beekeeper. So, overshares, tough, high social awareness, not creative, low willpower, not envious. Dock Coast could potentially be decent in our army, but the high social awareness, we might be able to make Duck Coast something else. So we're going to come in and we're just going to assign Duck Coast to farming. Okay, so we have a brewer who is an adequate brewer. Very nice. Good intuition, good focus, good with music. 2 children. Let's go to relations. Okay, and they both came. So it looks like our population, I think, went from 23 up to 40, or what, 29 up to 43. So it looks like we got a lot of kids, which is not a problem. We're just not quite ready for that many kids. Good intuition, good focus, good with language. We'll add them to farming as well. Come down. Nice, we have an adequate butcher. Disdains martial prowess. Good focus, good memory. Disdains family, weak and private. And has a spouse. So butcher, I think we will add them to farming, but we're also going to add them to planting, because we need some more planters. Lie maker, adequate lie maker. Poor spatial sense, frail, not creative. So farming. I'm really wanting to add somebody else to herb gathering. But the poor spatial sense, I think, maybe not them. Okay, let's see here. We do have a planter. Very nice. Good spatial sense, patient. Leisurely, cruel. Okay. Well, we will add them only to planting. And looks like we have an adequate presser. Resist sickness, good focus, good spatial sense, not inclined to abstract, overshares, and poor social awareness. I think we will add them to farming, and we'll add them to the plant gatherers. Good. Yeah. Okay. And I'm good with that. I'm debating on if I want to add Doran. I think I am going to add Doran here as well. To the army. Okay, and then we're going to scroll down. We do have a peasant. So high willpower, patient, overcautious, distrustful, intemperate, envious. We are going to add them to the army as well. I'm just debating. I think we're going to add them to the mining. We need another miner. We could also, honestly... Oh, no, you know what? We need another... Yes. Mining, stone cutting, engraving. And stoneworking. Yes, they'll have a lot to do. But, you know, we'll just get them for mining for right now. And stone cutting. Okay, and so we'll add Meng to our military as well. And we're going to scroll down. And yeah, we do have a bunch of kids. We're going to need to make some toys, I think. So we are going to come up. I'm going to close this back to squads, and we're going to close the squad menu. And here in the crafting, we're going to come over here to orders. And we're going to make some rock toys. And I don't really want them using the obsidian, so we will go ahead and do it out of granite. We're gonna, the toys make the kids happier. Okay. So I am going to come in and check out the pets. See here, they brought in 3 grazers and a puppy. Okay. So the puppy can come over here. And the grazers can come out here. And that is a pair of llamas. Oh my. Okay. I am going to check out our bedroom situation, and then I'm going to hit play for a moment. The seed stockpile I'm not quite ready to deal with. We will deal with that another episode. We also need to plan out the mining of the floor here. Oh. But we do have this dugout. Okay. This we are going to smooth. Everything here. And we will actually deal with doing the water in another episode, but that is just the smoothing is something that needs to happen here. Reason being is these are areas where we're going to have water, and if we wanted to dig under them, the water could drip down, but if you either build walls out of blocks or if you smooth it, that prevents it, is my understanding. And we're going to find out, if that works. Okay. How are we doing on? Okay, I'm going to watch here. I'm going to go ahead and hit play, and we do have potentially some bedrooms getting mined out here. And I believe this is the wood floor. So this, we're going to need a whole lot more kids' bedrooms here. So we're going to have them mine all of this out here. Now, all that new population that came in, I don't think we had any additional bedrooms available. So us digging out some new bedrooms is kind of high priority. And we will be getting folks set up here with some permanent bedrooms. Now this is Vugar. Vugar created our artifact in a previous episode. And Vugar is married to Lore, who is our cook. We are going to need a second dining room set up, I'm pretty sure. But we're going to let them get the bedrooms dug out first here, and then we'll update this to from 7 to a 3. Alright. Where else are we digging? They were digging here. I don't really want him to stop on the bedrooms, but they did just kind of randomly stop in the middle of digging this floor out here. We do have a couple petitions to deal with. I will set that up in the next episode. Oh, here we go. They are moving and sorting our gems in bins here. Okay, and we are actually going to toggle on this, the one that has no bins. We toggled off whether the stockpile can take items from anywhere or only from specific workshops. We will actually letting it go through to spring here. Okay, so we are going to pause real quick. And it looks like the arch, yes, nice. Okay, so jeweler, so we are going to when you click on the workshop here in the upper right, we'll click on Add Stockpile Links for this workshop. So we're going to choose a stockpile from which the workshop will take items. It's going to be from the rough gem ×2, and we're going to go, for right now, into this one, which I think I do need to change. Zero bin. The name. just so it's, the reason why is so it's easier to see which one it is in this one. And we are going to just have them cut 10 gems here. And I am going to label all of these jeweler x2 value. Okay, so we're going to be doing that here with all. So we're going to, this is for the ×3 value. It's going to take from the rough gem and give to the cut gem ×3. Jeweler ×3 value. Alright. ×10 is our next value. Jeweler ×10 value. Looks like rose quartzes. We will just go ahead and set up cut gem, cut gem, cut gem. We do have a lot here, so we'll set up a work order here for cut gem ×10. Alright, so this is the ×15. We only have 2. We'll go ahead and do 1 gem here. I want to make sure I've got some rough gems available for artifacts. We have a bunch of this. Oh, they just brought the bin. Okay, so rough gem ×20 to cut gem done. Jeweler ×20 value. So it looks like we can have 15. I'm just going to go ahead and do a work order for ×10 here. Okay, so this is for the ×25. Jeweler ×25. And as you can see, the higher the value, the sort of the pointier the gems get. And I'm going to go ahead and just set up a few. We'll do 5 there. Okay. We're going to take from here and give to here. And we've got 5 gems there, so we'll just do 2 on the cut gems. Oops, we did not. 25, so this is 30. Okay. Jeweler ×30 value. Okay. This is ×40. Done. ×40 value. Now we'll do 2 cut gems there as well. And then this is the most expensive, the ×60 value. And I like to label everything so that when I click on it, I can visually see without opening the stockpile menu which one this is and which stockpiles I've linked it to. And the reason why I have it set up this way with so many jewelers is so that I can just see, okay, well, which one do we need some more cut gems on? And I can just click on the workshop in the same row and tell it how many I want it to cut. Okay, and then take from the rough, give to the cut gem, green, jeweler, green. take from the rough and give to the cut. Clear glass. Take from the rough, give to the cut. Jeweler. Glass. Okay. And the Chris is just short for crystal. Okay. It is early winter, which means I do believe now we do have. We're gonna watch here in the barracks. We do have them set to train. Yeah. And they're training in the summer and winter months right now. Okay. Now we have jewelers prepared. We are going to come down to the jeweler and we are going to remove the jeweler workshop. That was one of the options top right there. And you know what, honestly? Oh, well, we do have add new task, process plant. I want to process, we do have some pigtails to process. Add process plant, we will just do. I want to make sure we stay up on the pigtails here. Yep. This is why you don't want the barrels in the seeds stockpiles. If you'll notice, we have pear, peach, plum, pear, cherry pits. If they want, I think cherry pits, I'm not sure which one's at the bottom, but if cherry pits is at the bottom and they wanted the cherry pits for something, they wouldn't be able to reach them because the other bags are on top. So you just, the seed stockpiles, you just really want to make sure you've got no barrels. Okay, we need to add back the crafts. Rock, crafts, repeat on granite. We need to add rock, crafts, repeat on, what other one do we, we're going to do rhyolite. And rock, crafts, repeat for, we'll do microline, rock, crafts, repeat. Actually, you know what, the ones, come in and do craft, rock, craft, rock, craft, rock. Okay, so all of these we're going to do 5. And the ones, I'm looking at the numbers here on the right, the ones that we have 200 of, so we'll do microline. We'll do, oops, ooh, no we won't. And orthoclase, okay. We do have some allied doors, which we will come put up in the barracks. I'll do the lower quality doors here on the barracks. Okay. I'm gonna come take a look at our rock block situation here. Okay, looks like we do have 30 allanite blocks. We're gonna need some bedroom furniture here, so I am going to do coffer, cabinet, door, we'll do 5, 5, 5, and make all of these granite. And then cabinet, coffer, door. And we'll do some different colors here. So we'll do, I think, allanite. We'll do microline. And we'll do, you know what we'll do? One set of mica here. And we are going to come in and do a couple of work orders for the tables. And thrones. And oops, we'll do these out of mica. Okay. We are going to also need to do Did it finish the... It did finish the bins, okay. Sparring. This is, again, their training, that's why we're getting the military messages. Bin, winter is upon you, and we have struck several materials. We are going to need to make some more beds. I'm just going to tell it to make 10 beds. We have no bins left over, so we will tell it to make maybe 10 more bins and 10 more barrels. Oh, no! Dang it. 0. Gotta watch these seeds there. They just put all the seeds in barrels. That's not good. You know what? We're gonna shrink the stockpile here. And get those 2 barrels out of there. Done. Okay. Okay, good. They're getting this mined out. Okay, so we do have engraving. We need to get the bedroom set up, so... Or smoothing, rather. Oops. We're just smoothing where the furniture is going to go. Okay. And we'll hit play and watch this play out here. The reason why we're wanting to set up another stockpile is we do have 43 population now. 5 tables for the dining room is not going to support a population like this. Okay, we're going to set that to a 2 on the priority, and we're going to set this up as a dining hall. Accept. Wood dining hall. We're going to come up and come over to crafts and come over to work order. Mug. We're going to do 5 out of mica. And this is good. We'll be able to set up, looks like next episode we'll be able to set up sort of our permanent wood workstations and stockpiles. I'm hoping to at least get a couple of bedrooms polished off here this episode, and that's where we'll end it. It's interesting that our dwarf there is smoothing the ones that are in the bedroom and like kind of skipping over the doorways there. I'm telling you, sometimes the order that they pick the blocks to work on makes no sense. At least that doesn't make any sense to me. Now we do have a lot of beds made already, so I think we'll be placing beds, and the stone furniture is just going to have to wait because we're a little late in getting some of that crafted up. You're going to go drink. Okay. So I'm going to pause and we'll go ahead and set these all up as bedrooms and get them assigned to the kids. And we're going to start with our kids that already have a bedroom. Because that'll free up some bedrooms for the adults. And we will go and unassign them from the other bedrooms. We have a lot of kids. They're not all getting a bedroom here. Did we just assign Miss Booth to a whole bunch of... No, we did not. Okay. We're going to be 3 bedrooms short here. For the kids. And let's go ahead and see what beds we have made. Looks like we've got enough. Nice. Oh, we do have a couple of masterwork beds. Okay. And then we're going to come in and we're going to unassign from this bedroom. And I think the other 2 kids were over here somewhere. Yeah. Oh no. Remove assignments and... There we go. And we'll hit play here. We're gonna let them actually dig out this other, because we need some more bedrooms here for the kids. Oh, okay, you know what? I'm gonna pause here as soon as she is done engraving these. We'll assign the bedrooms and we will deal with that alert in the next episode. And one more spot to smooth there. Okay, pause. And I just need to come back in and we'll smooth that. Okay. Bedroom. For coal, this is going to be carpenter. We'll come into coal here and remove the other bedroom assignment. And remove assignment. And looks like we do have a few. Okay. Make sure that coal gets a decent furniture here. So cabinet in the corner. We will actually do a granite cabinet, which means granite door. Ooh, very nice. And a granite chest. We'll make sure that the other kids get bedrooms here. I need to go in and look. So Leacott is one of the ones that we were going to do one of those wood floor bedrooms in. Leacott is a legendary stone crafter. I think that was because of the must have been because of the artifact. Because I don't think Leacott had any stone crafting experience previously. So Leacott bedroom. Outdoor. Furniture. Bed. We'll do chestnut bed. Furniture. We'll do cabinet. We'll do the mica furniture. So Lecot, labor-wise, we're going to have to come in and add to crafting. And rooms. We bedroom outdoor, okay. Oh, bedroom outdoor, there we go. Okay, so remove assignment. Okay. And then we had another carpenter, I thought. Oh, I bet it was Kosoth, yep. The fighters are getting their own rooms elsewhere. Okay, so then I had one more outdoor. So I'm looking for my... I had, so Lecot was double wood cutting and herb gathering. Cole is our woodcutter. Okay, I think we'll leave the bedroom situation there. I'm going to wrap up this video. It's getting a little bit long. If you enjoyed the video, please thumbs up it. If you enjoy what I'm producing, please subscribe to the channel. And this is Amulani. I will see you next episode.